everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. I almost sounded like the professor from Futurama. Good news, everyone! It's Thursday again.
I'll be the
Welcome.
Zoidberg.
Or, to be fair, the first time I heard that, my biggest memory with good news, everyone, is not Futurama. It's World of Warcraft. Because there was a boss designed and inspired by that character, and in a boss fight, you hear that phrase 75 fucking times. Anywho, hello everyone. This is, completely normal rant at the beginning of a game. Thank you all for joining us for another episode of Shadowrun Up in Smoke, or as I said, Shadowrun 6th edition live play game set in London 2081 at this point. Before we jump into proceedings, let's go around the room, so to speak, and everyone can introduce themselves and who they're playing. Let's start with Kim.
Well, it's never us first. That caught me off guard. Yeah, I'm Kim. I play KTP, who's a Technomancer.
I'm Pete, and I play Grifter, who is our group's
problem child.
Problem child. I like that. Yes.
Are you implying we just have the one?
Oh, you're problem child number 2.
Let's follow from one problem child to the second. Diane?
I thought for sure you were in a Colin Cat for a second there.
Ooh.
I thought you were going to be kind.
Too easy.
All right, yes. Hi, I'm Diane. I play problem child number 2, aka Sphere the Rigger, who uses they them pronouns and is at the moment navigating the life of being heavily injured.
And last but not least, someone we've kind of missed in the past few weeks.
Missed you guys too.
You've had your vacation. Now it's time to pay the piper.
Yeah, if I have a vacation like that again. Hi, my name is Kat, or at Cleric of Cord. I play Nico, who is the street shaman, who apparently has been off running some rather interesting errands. Well, Pete was being, I was going to say, Pete was being Pete, but it's kind of like, Grifter was being Pete, or Pete was being Grifter.
There's a definite division between the two.
Yeah, one has more
Grifter is Pete, but with no filter whatsoever.
I think the correct term is with even fewer filters.
I have filters.
Now they need replacement.
Filters don't count. So, yep, that's me. Looking forward to coming back and finding out just exactly what happened.
So, previously in Up in Smoke, our Shadowrunners were hired by longtime ally Lawrence to help him find out some information about their benefactor Malcolm with the intent of saving his life. One of these tasks involves infiltrating a building where every office is essentially a front for Ask Technology. They have a massive laboratory in the building in some place. While they were doing initial research, Sphere was discovered by one of the people they were investigating, got flung into a building with a car, and now they're heavily injured. Nico?
Just for clarity's sake, it wasn't the car that flung me. I was in the car when I got flung.
That's the detail. Nico had to run some errands. We'll figure out what those were at some point. Don't worry. Nico won't get away with just simply going away for a bit. That's not the game we're playing. Meanwhile, KTP finally did her submersion, diving deeper into the Matrix and increasing her connection to the residents. And Grifter decided to play spy and followed Miranda a couple of days, wasn't discovered, and then knocked on her door, got stabbed, but found out that she does some occasional work for Patrick O'Connell, a name that has been in the group's minds and, blacklist for a while. Also, KTP has been looking into Lawrence, trying to figure out if the man is a clone, a drone, an alien, a mutant, or a being from another plane of existence. Still trying to figure out which one it is. And
Doesn't matter, still hot.
that's true. He is. With that said, let's jump into things. We'll pick up a few days later from last session. KTP, I need your next roll for the piece of software you're building for Karis. Sphere. In these days, has Sphere started working actively on their modified wheelchair? Or still in the design phases? You're muted.
God damn it, I thought I unmuted myself. No, it's coming together, it's taking shape. Its Sphere has more or less settled on the notion of, okay, people who design and build wheelchairs for a living probably know a lot more about this than the fuck I do. So the only modification is essentially going to be figuring out how to install a large enough power supply to essentially power all the tech they need access to, and then storage to do that with without unbalancing it, essentially trying to mess with it as little as possible to preserve as much functionality as possible.
In that case, I'm going to have you make rolls for me that will represent a long-term project. With each roll representing a unit of work, which is 8 hours or a full day. And I'm going to put the difficulty of the combined work, I'm going to put it at 25. So it's going to be multiple rolls of logic and engineering.
Ooh, I like those. I've said that before. Alrighty, let's see.
This much with like a KTP, this would take the bulk of your day, but you still have enough time to pursue other things you want to do in a given day.
That first one is... Oh, thank goodness. I thought that was a glitch, but those are twos, not ones. It's only 3 hits.
Make a note. You still have 22 hits to achieve. And KTP, your roll?
4.
4. You had, if I remember correctly, you had 6 left. That means you're very close. Your simulations are all prove sound. Now you just need the final push to get this ready to start doing live tests with Karis.
Okay.
As you're all finishing working for the day, you hear the garage door opening. And Nico walk back into the base. How is Nico looking after these days away?
She looks like shit. She looks like she hasn't eaten in 3 days. Hair's kind of mussed. Clothes are kind of mussed. She's got like dark shadows under her eyes. Kind of pale and drawn. She's not moving with her usual energy.
And I guess the KTP and Sphere are in their rooms working. Where's Grifter?
Grifter is shoot range, shooting targets.
Nico, as you're walking slowly, you feel a pair of hands embrace you from behind, hug you tightly, and then pick you up very gently and start walking towards your room. Karis noticed that you were walking a bit weakly and decided to be a bit of a gentleman and take you to rest.
Just
Plus,
kind
he
of,
hasn't seen you in a few days.
yep. She's kind of leans her head against his chest, closes her eyes, and she's trying to relax, but there's still a lot of tension there. And
He
before he puts her down, she'll sign thank you.
he literally tucks you in, and puts a glass of water next to you, and then turns out your light and leaves you to rest. ATP, you get a knock on the door, and Karis just pops in and quickly signs Nico's back.
Okay. So she signs back saying, I'll be there in a moment. Finishes what she's doing. What time of day is it?
Let's say it's about 6 p.m.
Okay. Yeah, finishes what she's doing and then goes to the kitchen to start making food with an intention of sort of making a meal and then taking it into Nico.
You cook a nice meal for Nico, and by the time she enters your room, is Nico dead to the world or still very much awake? I think we roll your insomnia, so yeah, she's awake.
She's still awake. She looks like she's trying to sleep, but it's pretty clear that, I mean, as soon as the door opens, her eyes open.
Door opens and KTP is coming to you with a plate of food.
Push herself up in bed. Is everybody else still alive?
Without you, barely. You'll never guess what Grifter did.
What?
Did he get shot or stabbed?
Stop this time.
Is he up?
He's around somewhere. I can hear guns.
Okay. Where are we at with everything?
Everything's a mess. We're all falling apart.
Did we get what we needed off the server for the jackal?
God, no. After you left and Sphere got hurt, everything's falling to bits. Well, that's not to put any pressure on you. You did, you were doing what you needed to do. But yeah, it's bad.
What
But
about
this
you?
is not going to be walk in, steal the data and get out and be a big happy team.
Of course not. How are you doing?
So at this point, I think KTP gets a little bit cagey. Because obviously, like, Kat, I'm assuming you watched the video from last week. Oh,
No,
you
I'm
didn't?
sorry, I haven't had time. No.
Okay, yeah. So in that case, I won't explain. I'll just say, yeah, KTP says she's fine, but knowing how well Nico knows her,
Let's make that a roll. Let's say that is a charisma and con versus intuition and perception.
okay.
Okay.
See how well KTP is hiding that caginess.
Con.
10.
Can she bullshit the bullshitter?
4.
And 1 on the floor. 2 on the floor. 3.
KTP sounds sincere. She looks tired, but okay. Nothing's wrong.
Yeah, so KTP just says that she's fine. She just wants to get this job over and done with.
I'm tired.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, true.
You kind of look like you've been through the ringer.
Just been laying some ghosts to rest.
Are we talking flamey type ghosts? Or ghosts?
Not something I want to get into right now.
All right, well, let's worry about that later. Why don't you eat something right now?
And she's had probably about 3 or 4 bites, pushed most of it around to make it look like she's had more. Yeah, I'm done. I'm not all that hungry.
Well, just come and talk to me when you're ready, right?
Have we heard any more from Lawrence about how he's
Don't ask me
doing?
about Lauren. Kind of, but maybe it's better we worry about all of this once you've had some sleep. Delay tactics.
Everybody's safe and okay, right?
Yeah, we're all fine. We're here.
All right. And Sphere.
They're moving around the wheelchair. I think they could probably do with a little bit of Nico positivity.
Yeah. Nico's carrying some guilt about her magic not being as effective on that healing for Sphere as she'd hoped. So, all right. All right. Yeah. So what's on our schedule? What are we doing next?
Yeah, you know, the usual, save the world, get rich. But in all seriousness, I don't know anymore. Nico, Grifter's gone off and got himself stabbed. Sphere's trying to create a rocket-powered wheelchair.
Oh, that sounds safe.
It's the usual. We just need, I don't know. We just need to get this job over and done with so we can just start being a team again.
All right. I'll try to get some sleep. And
Nothing's going to happen tonight anyway. Just rest. We can worry about all this in the morning.
Okay. Yeah, in the morning.
In the morning.
And Nico sends out a kind of like her feelers magically or like her asphalt. She's checking all the wards that she's got placed on home.
4 wards are intact.
Okay. And I think that once she's done a thorough check of her wards, that's when she'll finally be able to kind of relax a little bit enough to get some sleep.
So KTP opens the door, does like a little chirrup and starts calling Dr. Watson. And he comes running in, jumps up next to Nico, snuggles down, and then KTP lets herself out.
You have a gigantic wolf-sized pillow next to you that purrs like an engine.
And I think just as she's falling asleep, that's where Nico kind of tucks up into that purr.
Sorry.
Got a body pillow that
in his body is a giant pillow. So yes,
Yeah.
very appropriate.
The only way to describe it, really.
Huge, genetically engineered, softy little cat, gigantic ragdoll cat.
How else do you get the perfect pillow?
On the Sphere and Grifter side, anything you want to take care of, or should we move on to the next day?
I'm happy to move on to next day. There's nothing pressing for me.
Yeah. The only thing I've got in mind is Sphere is going to be looking to actually sell off some of their drones. So beginning to look into just like,
Have your
What the
contacts.
market-
You can any contacts you have used to buy things, you can use them to sell.
yeah, basically just figuring out, what the market is like for drones or drone parts.
For the most part, you're gonna be selling things at half the price you bought them because they are used.
Mm-hmm.
Standard RPG economy. You buy things expensive, sell it, and it's dirt cheap.
But yeah, it's like a pawn shop, but worse.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now there's a couple of things that, with having been close to death several times in recent weeks, and all the equipment in the world not really doing what they expected it to, Sphere is basically reconsidering their whole approach to everything. So they're going to drastically redesign what drones they have and how to begin utilizing them. And that means
You're gonna invest in a new control rig.
No way I'd be able to afford that. The next step up is just so much more expensive. However, it's been starting to get rid of, I don't know. Well, there's the drone side of things. There's also the arms dealership side of things, and that's the risky one. Say, for example, all of the guns that were on the Porcupine.
Are you trying to sell those arms? Or give them to
Yeah.
Grifter for Happy Mercenary Day?
Happy Mercenary Day. No, there's one gun that is going to be given to Grifter, and 6 guns that need to be sold. And that's the thing.
Similar situation. You have your contacts. You got these weapons in a way. Now it's just a matter of selling them. For the guns, it's not the same as electronics where, these things lose value fairly quickly. With the guns, you probably will sell them standard about 3/4 of the price.
Could I make a roll to do better?
Yeah, of course. Let's make that a charisma and influence.
Boy, I wish I'd spent my karma in the meantime.
That's karma of another kind.
Yes, it is. That is a total of 2 dice.
I will allow you something. I'm gonna make a deal with you.
Oh no.
I'm gonna make a deal with you.
Well, it's
You have a
badly going.
chance. I'm gonna have you. You're taking making a bit of a risky proposition to your dealer to go above and beyond to try to sell these things. So he's gonna, you're being a bit. Let's say you're being a bit more forceful in trying to get this deal through at a better price.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you a third die, but this die, get a die of a different color. This is a wild die.
Okay. They all have different colors, so this will be
Yeah,
easy to
if you
remember.
roll a 5 or a 6 on the wild die, it counts as 3 hits.
Ooh.
But
Oh.
if you
Okay.
roll a 1, it cancels out all the 5s.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh boy.
And this is not something I'm making up. This is in the rules.
No, I fully support this. I enjoy this. I like this. I am going to use my Cthulhu D6 for this.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do this. I was
Worth
considering
mentioning, any other value on the wild die is meaningless.
You roll
yeah.
5s and 6s. You're coming
It's
to Vegas
basically
with the crap
1
tables.
empty, 5 and 6.
Yep, that's fine. That's fine. I was considering using the nuclear die, but I just used that for Brinkwood last week, and I'm not risking burning both rolls. All right, let's see what Cthulhu gives to me. No.
You roll the 1.
I rolled 1, 2, 3, and guess which one's the one?
I mean, you already failed.
Yeah.
No, you're not getting a better deal.
Okay, so 3/4 price on the weapons.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take what I need to take. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna have to do math in the meantime.
Yep.
And as for the selling of the drones, does that include selling the sensor packages they're equipped with?
Up to you. You can take, since most of those things are accessories, you can take them off and just sell the drones as the base form, basically. They're still valuable on their own.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, because I'm going to drastically cut down on the number of drones I have, but make them a bit more specialized and stop doubling up on them. So, okay, I'm going to have
What
to
I
do
will
math in the meantime.
recommend to you
Yeah.
is perhaps invest, because I know if I'm not mistaken, which matrix attributes does the control rig have?
God, hang on, I need to pull that up again. I have that, I think, on my sheet.
You have, cool. You have what you actually need. Yeah, you definitely at some point need to invest in these, because data processing and firewall, or willpower and firewall, are the things you will need to roll to avoid being hacked and dump shocked. Which in the past, these low values have been the reason why your defense against such things has, well, sucked.
Yeah, hang on. It was the area. I actually had pretty much the most expensive one I could get, legally speaking, but I haven't been able to upgrade it. So that's the unfortunate truth. Anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna mute myself.
You're gonna be doing math. Then we're gonna move on to the next day. Nico, do you need to roll your insomnia again?
Nope. Bad night's sleep.
Nico, not enjoying it. You know what? The bed and Dr. Watson's too soft.
Yeah, she managed to fall asleep. She managed to stay asleep.
Cool.
Too many nightmares.
And with that, you will wake up. KTP are going to be spending that day working or catching up with Nico? Same question to Sphere. Can they catch up or continue working?
If Nico's back, it's catch-up time.
Grifter, is it a day of following Miranda again, or catching up,
No,
or
no
acquiring
stalking.
weaponry?
No stalking. No following. But I would like to make a call to my arms dealer, if possible, in a quiet, secluded corner of the firing range, out of the way of people's ear rolls.
What does Grifter wish to acquire?
Grifter is to acquire, or find out if he can acquire, a com that is untraceable, even if it be only once.
A burner phone, basically.
Yeah, a burner phone.
Oh, you can do that without. You can do that easily.
Yeah, so that is what Grifter is trying to purchase.
Now, the question I'm going to ask you: do you want this to be? I mean, secure is.
Yeah, and it needs to be secure. But Grifter is aware that
Okay, so that's where we're going to go then. If it's a matter of security,
ATP, but obviously he doesn't want to do that at the moment.
If it's a matter of security, what you need, we're going to go for a high rating com.
I'm assuming arms dealer would be the way to go.
Yes, or technology.
I haven't got
anything
sort of
with technology. I mean, when it comes to security, it's a matter, the availability is generally available. When it comes to security, it's a matter of the attributes it has, which are data processing and firewall.
Right, okay.
And your best options are either the Erica Elite,
right,
which is a device rating 4 and has data fire and processing 2 in 1. And it puts you back 2,500 Nuyen.
Right. Okay. And how many uses would I get out of that before?
That's a comlink. You can use it as many times as you need.
Right. Okay.
And it's secure in the sense you have dice that you can roll to prevent it from being hacked.
Right. Okay.
And the other one is the Transys Avalon, which has 3 in data processing, 1 in firewall. But that one puts you back 8,000. It's basically a 5,500 difference for 1 extra die and 1 more program slots, because you can install programs on them.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking I've got enough, so I'll go for the more expensive one, if that's okay.
It's page 267 in the book.
Right.
And you'll see it under comlinks.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And after that, I guess catch-up time as well.
Take a look real quick at the stats I gave you for the comlink. I'm going to be changing them because those values are crap. And for the price, it's ridiculous. So it says 3 data processing, 1 firewall. Bump those to 4 data processing and 4 firewall.
Well,
4 and
that's
4.
very good of you.
Sorry, what was the firewall?
4 and 4.
Thank you.
You're spending 8K getting something that gives you in total 4 dice to prevent someone hacking who's going to be rolling 12 dice or more. It seems ridiculous. Especially because this is something for everyone watching. In the previous edition, for example, comlinks didn't exactly have any of these attributes. They had their rating, and you used their rating to defend it. And Cyberdecks had the full array. In the new edition, they removed like the defensive attributes from Cyberdecks and put them on comlinks, but shortchanged people extremely. What used to be on a major cyber deck, like 7 and 6 firewall and so on, became 3 and 1.
Oh.
Which is no. So for now, let's do 4-4. I might review this after the game and bump it up if needed. Just need to take a closer look at some things. But for now, let's do 4 and 4. It means you have a good chance at this thing preventing anyone from hacking any of your communications.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so you have made the calls, and it's the usual procedure. I will have you make a charisma and influence for me and add the contact's loyalty as dice.
Okay.
The higher you roll, you may get a discount.
Charisma and what? Sorry.
Influence, which you likely don't have. And you can't spend edge. So
No, that's all right. Well, with the loyalty, that's not too sad, is it?
I'll offer you the same deal I offered.
Nah, because we know what's going to happen, and then I'll be.
I already got the bad roll. Just come on.
All right, fuck it. Right,
you have that special crystal clear die that you need to use as the wild die.
The Zelda die. Yeah, that's going to be the one. Good call. Yeah. Right, it's in the pile. Are you ready? Oh. So if
it rolls a 5 or a 6, it counts as 3 hits.
3 hits.
Yeah. If it counts as a 1, all the 5s that you roll go away.
Right. Come on, Zelda. I know I'm not shitting. What was that?
It is a 5.
It's a 5. It's
that
a
is 3 hits.
That
die. Is just 3 hits with that one. Any other hits that you rolled?
3 more in my roll.
So that's 6 hits. You get everything you're going for at half price, and you bump the loyalty of this contact by 1, and their connections by 1. That is a major success.
So when could I expect delivery of this item?
The next day.
Right.
Usual drop-off point. Just, drop off cash or, transfer cash or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they'll drop it off.
Sweet. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. And now I leave the catch up to you.
No, KTP's still in the room. She's not avoiding Nico, but she's a little bit cagey.
Not at all.
And she knows that she's really close to finishing the software as well, so she kind of wants to get that done before making decisions on anything else.
I mean, if you want to rush it, you could do it in a couple of hours, but I'm going to take 2 dice from you.
What have I got? Yeah.
The same
Alternatively, we can add a wild die just to make it a theme.
No, let's try and rush it. It's there being 9.
9, yeah.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to leave you a pool. I'm going to give you a wild die to represent the rush. And if there's a failure, it means you're introducing bugs.
All right, fine. So it's not 9 then.
You're just all about the wild dice today.
I mean, there aren't that many chances to use it in the game, and it's such a wonderful mechanic.
Okay, there you go.
It's beautiful. I should introduce it for Brinkwood.
Zelda dies a 5. Go on, Zelda.
Yeah, it is already more than the hits you need, plus whatever else you finish the software, and with the great effect that you had last time, meaning this thing is good to go.
Cool.
So you finish it within 2 hours, you're done. You will literally wake up, have a moment, a stroke of genius, sit down and program out this thing.
Then I guess while the others are doing whatever it is they're doing and catching up, she's working with Karis to get it set up.
Karis gives it a go. Basically, the two, as we established last time, you had 2 ways. Like one, like a visual way, and the other one where he would have essentially like haptic gloves, and they would detect the signing and translate that to text or audio to everyone else. So at first, the few glitches were mistakes, some signs for fuck you. But eventually, with more trial, it, you narrow down the sensitivity and manage to program it specifically for Karis's individual hand gestures. Everyone has different degree of flexibility in their fingers, at the speed they sign, etc. And it's just a matter of fine-tuning that to be precise to what Karis does and needs. And you essentially have a working translator for Karis where he can sign and it can be turned into both a text feed and an audio feed for other people in the team.
And I'm guessing that it can go back to him as well, so we can.
Of course, from his point of view, it's just it's simple, more text to speech kind of thing, or speech to text, where you just need to, talk back and it comes up as a display for him.
Cool.
And with that, you have completed this piece of work.
Okay.
Nika's been sitting at the kitchen table since 2:30 in the morning. She's got Arcana stuff in front of her. She's just, there's you can tell there's been a lot of coffee substitute caffeine drinking, and she's trying to start learning a new spell. But that's where y'all will find her. She looks like she's been up for a while.
Sphere's going to be up early. Just has been sleeping a lot. And with everything going on now, also has too much energy, but not enough to put it into. Just there's a lot of waiting at the moment. We'll make their way into the kitchen, kind of almost stop short on seeing Nico, and then move forward and just make sure she's awake first.
It's
Poke.
All come into the kitchen one by one in what is not at all the most awkward walk into the kitchen ever.
I was actually hoping to catch Nico alone for just a few minutes.
Yeah, but I think it's something we can do first thing as we're back from a break.
Also,
We're going to take a quick break here, guys. Tonight's going to be a shorter episode. Various reasons for that, but don't worry. We're going to have Thunderdome after the break. That is inevitable. So just wait for it. We'll see you all in just a bit. And we're back. So we left things with Sphere arriving a bit earlier into the kitchen to catch up with Nico, who's had the most delightful night of rest.
Yeah.
Oh,
she,
yes.
She still looks like shit. She's just kind of sitting there drinking coffee,
Yeah.
trying to
Just-
absorb information. And
To
She
make it by
just gets,
osmosis.
she just gets poked in the cheek very slightly. Just like,
I will turn you into a toad.
oh shit, you can do that now?
You want to find out?
Kind of. Don't do it.
Is that or break your finger?
I need that finger. I'm going to be building a lot. And breaking down a lot. I've got stuff to do. I
New
think.
hardware.
Yeah, and getting rid of surplus.
No, I meant new hardware. And she points to the wheelchair.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, gotta roll with the times.
I don't think that's meant to be taken literally.
Yeah, you tell that to the fucker who tossed me through a building.
Would love to.
I hope to be able to, but I'm still racking my brain thinking, okay, but are there more of him?
Probably.
Yeah, sadly.
Oh,
Hey, but just wanted to say before the others get in, I want to hear your thoughts on how we're doing.
okay. That's a lot. How we're doing.
As a
Dot,
team.
dot, dot. Ah,
So, yes, I got cornered, rightfully so, by KTP last night. And it kind of
is
made
that?
me realize that I don't know, like we made this big deal out of promising to help each other and be there for each other and all that jazz, and then ever since we did that, it's just been one thing after another that didn't work that way.
Yeah.
And I figured if I'm realizing that, I'm probably 12 steps behind everyone else, and it's probably a lot worse than I think it is. So I figured I'd hear with someone who's better at this than me.
Yeah. So here's the thing. This isn't a team. We're not a team. We're family. And that makes it a lot harder in some ways and a lot easier in others. Yeah, we just got to find a way to put the functional back in dysfunctional.
But if we take the dis out of dysfunctional,
Yeah, like that's going to happen.
oh, man.
Tell me, Sphere, what do you remember of your childhood? Did you have a functional family? Mom, dad, yard, a dog, a cat, went to
Well,
school, life was good,
I
middle
built
class.
I built a robot dog from scraps because my parents didn't have the space for like an actual one. Also couldn't get a license for it because limited apartment space. But I mean, a lot of my childhood was basically just you work hard and it'll pay off. So start working hard as early as possible. And so I did, and it sucked.
Yeah,
But I wasn't really ever, like, from what I gathered from what you had or didn't, I get what you're coming at. I had a roof over my head, I had food to eat, I had clothes to wear. And as soon as I found a way to make do for myself, I had more of it.
yeah, see, none of us know how to family. So we're all kind of making it up as we go along, which means we're going to make mistakes and we're going to do stupid shit and we're going to run off and not tell. We're going to fight and we're going to make up. But a team, you know, a team has rules, guidelines. This is how we function, and everybody has their role and their place to play. The family just gets messy.
Yeah, just feels like there's been more and more mess of late and no cleaning it up, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's life.
Yeah.
And Nico's the whole time has been poking Sphere in the leg to see if there's any reaction.
Not a single reaction.
No. Like, if they at any point notice it visually, it would be a glance, a look up, and then just. Hey, listen, that's the card I got dealt right now. We'll see what comes of it.
You know,
But yeah.
I mean, Grifter's got a fucking gun for an arm. Pretty sure we can find you a fucking spine.
We'll see.
Legs, you know?
It's the spine that's the issue, I think. I'm waiting for a doctor's professional opinion. But I have to go see the doctor first.
Well, if you need somebody to go with you.
I need.
I'm sorry, but
For what?
not doing more,
I mean,
not doing better.
you saved my life. I'm not sure what more I was going to ask for. You didn't dust me through a building. That's for damn sure.
Just what you need something, let me know. Got it?
Hey, Nico,
Mm-hmm.
I got shot through the gut. I got stabbed. I'm pretty sure parts of me were spliced apart, and somehow you made sure I stayed alive long enough to get airlifted out and get rest. And if you think in any way that that's not enough, well, the same threat I make to everyone else these days. I'll run over your toes.
You have to catch me first.
Do you think I haven't upgraded this baby yet?
Nico takes a look at it.
It's not upgraded at all.
No.
Yeah.
It's got
She takes a
nothing.
look, she goes, yeah, you gotta
I mean,
catch me
it's a
first.
nice wheelchair, nice like sports wheelchair.
Mhm.
But it's store-bought box standard sports
Yeah.
wheelchair.
As previously mentioned, Sphere does not have the knowledge to mess with this sort of thing and does not want to risk making a
No
farce of it,
rockets.
so- no.
Yeah.
Of
So,
the boost or explosive kind.
Oh, yeah. I'm still working on speed, but at least I've got mobility down. I can do a lot more than I thought, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I wanted to hear with you because I mean, KDP seems pretty angry these days,
Yeah.
and I mean, I've seen what anger does and how bad it gets if you just let it sit and grow and grow and grow. And
Remember how angry I was, though? No.
yeah, but I've also seen KTP explode someone's head.
Yeah, but they deserved it.
That's true.
All she'll do is trash your credit rating.
I need that.
Like I said.
And I
Yeah.
think at this point, KGP and Grifter join you in the kitchen.
Hey, you're back.
Harris is standing above in the second floor on the walkway, just leaning over, looking at the four of you in the kitchen, but staying away from this conversation.
Nico, once if she catches Sadakar, she's just going to sign good morning to him.
He signs good morning back.
All right, Grifter. Let's see. Do you need any healing?
No, I'm all good. It was but a scratch.
It's never but a scratch with you.
Yeah, it was fine. It was all perfectly worked out. Things are looking up. I'll be drinking later. Now you're back.
Yeah. Yep. So what do your old girlfriend have to say?
Not much. Catching up, you know.
Oh, Grifter,
What?
before I forget, I got a present for you.
A present.
Yeah. I'm reassigning resources. I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.
And Sphere wheels out. We'll be back in a few minutes.
So yeah, things have been going well. You sorted out whatever you had to sort out.
For now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've got to go and do a few things, but I'll be back later. We'll get on a
Alright.
tequila.
You know what happens when I drink tequila?
Yeah, whatever alcohol then.
All right, but no pictures this time.
No pictures. No. So I'll now go and try and find Sphere.
You find Sphere on the way back, I think pulling a little cart on the back of the wheelchair with something that is likely too large to carry on their legs.
Yeah, it's being towed. It's like one of those, one of those trolleys that you use for just machine parts and whatnot. It's just being towed behind. It is carrying a freshly cleaned, oiled, and prepped, and it genuinely has a little bow on it and a tag that says Grifter. It is the Panther XXL cannon that used to be on the tank.
I shall put this to incredibly good use.
Now, you got to promise to be responsible.
For those
Make sure you
wondering,
feed
that's a
it.
50 cal. For
I am
those wondering, that is a
absolutely-
50 cal.
Absolutely responsible.
So why am I picturing that Robert Rodriguez movie with the woman with the machine gun leg? Grifter doing the same thing.
Oh God!
I mean, it could be worse. It could be the machine gun cod piece from Dusk Till Dawn.
It could be that.
Yeah.
That was terrible. No, but it basically just pulls it alongside. Goes, look, I'm realizing a tank may have been superfluous.
Overzealous?
It's led to more trouble than it's worth. But that doesn't mean all of it has to go to waste. So I figure you've got enough various other guns, but if you ever really need to just pulverize a building,
There's always a need for pulverizing buildings. I shall treasure this. Thank you very much indeed.
there you go. I'm afraid I sold the assault rifles though.
That's fine. I got a assault rifle.
See, that's what I
I
figured.
have bad news for you, Grifter.
Go on.
This definitely doesn't fit in the smuggling compartment of your arm.
Well, that's turned out to be pretty bloody pointless anyway. As a smuggling compartment, it makes a good cabbage because whenever I've used it, failed miserably. But no, it will not fit in there. But I'm assuming I can't carry this. This is far too big. So I'll borrow the.
You can carry like
It's a minigun, basically. So
yeah, like you need an ammo belt. So you either need to mount it or you need a place like with
Yeah.
a bipod
So,
or something.
I'll take it down to my sort of bench.
I won't.
storage
I'll
If
tell
you
you
strip it
this.
down to its bare essentials, if you like shorten the barrel, take away the
Here's the
cooling
thing, though. If Grifter were to acquire were to improve his cyber limbs to give him more strength, he could potentially carry this thing and fire it. Just saying.
Yes, he could. Yes, he could.
Oh boy. But yeah, as soon as that's handled, going back to the kitchen.
You're all back in the kitchen.
I said Grifter because Grifter has gone to meet and get his.
Right. Grifter is going out again on his own.
Oh no.
To acquire
Nobody
gear.
knows. I've just snuck out. So
Yeah, you all go back to the kitchen and Grifter's gone.
He's probably drooling over his new toy.
Go realizes that if she stands up, she doesn't have to crick her neck to look at Sphere anymore. They're like almost eye to eye level. I mean, she only has to look up a little bit instead of way up. She's like, oh, this is going to be so much better for my neck.
Yeah, see? I mean, I guess you do see. But yeah, no, I also just, I figured this might be something you'd be happy to hear. My big heavy hunk of junk is of the past.
The tank, the
Yeah.
robot, the car.
I mean, the robot was torn in shreds, so that's not a question. But the tank is more trouble than it's worth, as I said to Rifter. So I'm rethinking how I approach things.
Nico, this kind of KTP's been pretty quiet, I'm guessing.
Sorry, Kat, say that again.
KTP's been pretty quiet, yeah, this morning. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Nico will push over a cup of coffee and just kind of softly ask, "You do the immersion thing yet?"
Yeah, it's done. It's taken care of.
You good?
It was a trick.
Man, that had to have been.
Well, I'm not a cat anymore. I'm a
Wait, what?
bird.
A bird. What kind of a bird?
I'll tell you what. Once you're feeling a little bit more yourself, we'll go on a trip and I'll show you.
Everybody at the last bar's okay?
Yeah, things are ticking over.
So where are we at with this job?
We're not anywhere. Yeah, like Sphere got hurt. It kind of got put on hold. Malcolm might be important, but we're family.
Yeah, we learned something though, didn't we? I mean, we got like camera positions and blind spots and shit. Don't you just need to go in there and do your? And she makes these kind of,
No whammy.
type on the arm thing.
I just don't think it's going to be that easy this time. And as you saw before, there are distractions.
Yeah.
Rather pretty distractions.
Nico just kind of sits there. It's now eye contact, like just silent, waiting.
Sphere is just question marks. So, wait, what? This is
Okay.
something.
So yeah. I don't know. I guess I'm just tired. Just ignore me. Don't worry.
You
So
look like you need a pastry.
did the contact pay out? Can we use them? Will they help us?
Yeah. Out of character. What contact was that? Sorry.
The Miranda Allen.
Oh, who do you think stabbed Grifter?
So another X.
He insists he just wanted to get in touch with someone that he used to hang around with, but come on, look at her. Grifter, her, come on. Like, there was only one thing on his mind.
That explains why she stabbed him.
Wouldn't you?
Wait, is she an arms dealer?
Fair. I mean, we gotta.
I will just apologise then, because I know that obviously we had the chat earlier where Kat told Pete that she knew he got stabbed. And in my head, that was Nico having that conversation, not Kat. I'm sorry, I'm so tired. I'm trying
That's
to
all right.
follow.
No, that's all right.
It's fine. That actually just adds to it.
KTP told Nico before, when she got home, before she went to sleep, because she was asking about everybody. So she did tell her.
Okay.
Yeah. You did.
But yeah, we can't just leave this hanging. We've gotta get this done.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Well, I
don't have a
mean,
plan other than go in there and do the whammy. It's not that easy, guys. Like
No.
this building is so well fortified. I've never seen anything like it.
No, me neither.
We gotta find a way in.
Hey.
And right now, the only way in we've got is some woman who stabbed Grifter.
Yeah, speaking of Grifter, where is he?
Oh, I'm actually. I mean, I know he likes guns, but I'm not sure if he's. Well, he
He said
probably
he
is
was-
still admiring it. It's a good one.
He said we were gonna catch up later, so I assumed that he had to go off and do something.
Yeah, like he had
Look.
to go off and do something the other day.
Tell you what, if he gets stabbed again, he can patch himself up this time. I like a lot, and as I said to KTP last night, I trust that he's got our best interests at heart all times. But my God, the stabbings. No. Also, with both of you here now, I was hoping a Grifter here for this as well, but I guess the main thing can wait until later. I do want to say, yeah, KTP, you're right. We don't have a plan, and we should have one, because not having plans has really fucked us up a lot lately, and that building scares me.
Yeah,
That
what I saw in the
building-
Matrix scared me.
Yeah, I mean, not just the building, but the people, if people they are inside it. I don't know if I've made it clear. I had one drone the size of a fly hovering about 50 feet away from someone, and they noticed it, tracked it, traced the signal to me a block away, and tossed my car through a window. And I can't really conceive of much that's scarier than that to me right now. So I need to rework a lot of my systems, and I need to get a lot better protection in place.
We know this place is a front for as technology, right?
Yeah.
But based on what happened to Sphere, what we saw while we were in there, and what I saw in the Matrix, there's more to it. This isn't just a simple front.
I mean, we still got get somebody in invisible. We can do it quiet. You know, if I can get a voice print on somebody, I can do a voice. You know, I can imitate him. So, and I can, you know, kind of mask somebody.
We need somebody who can do what Sleek used to do.
You know, I mean, we have options. There's shit I can do. We just need to decide how we're going to do it. And if, you know, we can get this Miranda Allen to cover for us, use her. We don't even need to have her do anything except not be there.
Okay, so, like,
You know what? Hang on. This is weird. It's weird that Grifter's not here. I'm going to give him a call. And Sphere rolls out and actually just is going to try and get in touch with Grifter.
Grifter, you got to call him.
And I answer the call. What's up?
Where the fuck are you? You're still fondling the gun?
No. I had to do something. I'm on my way back. I'm about 5 minutes away.
All right, be here quick because we're impromptu planning and you should probably be here for that.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
You didn't get stabbed again, did you?
No, fully intact. No leaking of any red stuff. We are fine.
Do you have more than red stuff inside you?
Occasionally, but not right now.
All right.
Give me 5 minutes. I'm almost there.
All right. Sphere will hang up the phone, roll back into the kitchen and say, all right, so apparently he didn't get stabbed and he's going to be back in a few minutes.
Grifter returns and he essentially brings in a bunch of shopping bags. He comes in with a duffel bag, basically.
Those don't look like groceries.
No, it's alcohol. Pulls out bottles.
And
You're back.
weaponry.
Party.
Right. Okay. Food first.
Oh.
So what's the plan? We're planning, right?
but
Oh.
I think when she kind of looks at Sphere as she's talking, kind of giving sort of side eyes to Sphere.
Oh.
And like, I think there's something that I need to tell you guys.
Okay.
So she turns to Nico and she says, look, I know you're going to hate me for this, but you need to understand that I did it in everyone's best interests. When Lawrence was here and he got drunk, you told me not to record him, right?
Yeah. Violation of his privacy. You recorded him, didn't you?
Yeah, well, let's just say that I violated his privacy. But you need to, that's fine, be angry at me, but do that later. Just listen to what I'm going to tell you.
All right.
In the recording that I got, he was talking in his sleep in French. And I unscrambled it and followed the trail and I found something. So like at this point, she pulls out her electric paper, puts it on the table. And obviously Sphere has seen this video, but
Yes.
Grifter and Nico haven't.
The
So she
footage
shows them.
is a grainy footage. It's essentially like a back alley out of a building. There are three people under a grimy light, kneeling hands tied behind their backs. A door opens and a much younger, much thinner, much more haggard looking Lawrence doesn't so much step out as stumbles out, or from the way he moves, almost like he's thrown out. And there is a shadow looming on the doorway, and it just points at the three people. There's a bit of back and forth, but in the end, the figure steps back, and Lawrence walks around to behind the three people and shoots each of them once back in the back of the head. Then he walks near the door again, and seems to be a conversation. And then he's just standing there looking. You can see him facing that door. The gun's still in his hand, and you see him raise the gun to his temple, and the video stops there.
And KTP carries on and explains that she found loads of information online about a guy named Thierry Landau, and Lawrence seemed to be working for him. This guy had a finger in many pies, shall we say. It doesn't seem entirely legit. A shady character. So there's obviously more to Lawrence than we realise, but that's not what this was about. It wasn't about getting dirt on Lawrence. When I saw the video and that last part, after everything that we've seen, clones, drones, and pretty much aliens, and the fact that Sphere ended up running into someone that she knew that died, or they knew that died, sorry. And they're back, and they almost killed them. It made me start to wonder, what about Lawrence? Like, Sphere helped, and we know that he's not a clone. But there's obviously more to his story than we know. But the reason why I did this was not because I didn't trust Lawrence, or I wanted to find out about him. It was because I hoped that he would lead us directly to Malcolm. If we knew where Malcolm was, we could talk to him, rather than all this shit about going into buildings and stealing data to get money. This is all about Malcolm and saving Malcolm, and that was what I was trying to do.
So, a couple of questions for you, Kevin, from Nico's point of view. One, she's seen Grifter mind controlled under the mind influence.
She is seeing Grifter under the effects of his conditioning at least a couple of times.
Does the behavior that she's seeing in this video of Lawrence
Make an intuition and perception check.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Think of that.
This is why we need Cat back.
Up there for thinking, right?
intuition and
Our brain cell has returned.
Yeah.
that is, oh, that's not bad. That's 3 hits.
Magic number. The body language for Lawrence in that video, particularly in the moments where you can see him kind of like talking to whoever is in like near that door and that threshold, is you're not entirely sure because it's kind of dark, so you're going a bit on a limb, but you're fairly certain is extreme duress.
Okay.
It's not mind control, but it is not a willing act.
Okay. The other thing is that I think Nico would be looking for, given the way she grew up, she's seen people do some really shitty things under chemically altered, shall we say, drugs, alcohol, especially drugs, knowing what gang life is like, that kind of thing. Does he look like he's under the influence of some type of drug?
It's unclear based on the quality of the video and the conditions in which it was taken. You don't know.
But would his appearance give that kind of an impression?
His appearance does show, because there are a couple of frames where he is very much visible, like his face is visible. He looks very... You could almost think malnourished. Like there's the skin is clinging to his bones, and you can clearly see on one of them, like need to really like lean in and squint.
Mm-hmm.
But you can tell that he basically has like enormous bags under his eyes.
Yeah. So Nico, if she's watching this video, the only reaction she has really is flinching at the 3 gunshots. And she's quiet for a little bit. And I think she actually watches it again. She actually goes back, hits replay, and watches it again. And she looks up at KTP and she goes, "What would you do to save your mother's life?" Because I know what I do to save my kids. And I do that. I'm not going to judge him on that.
Nico, I'm not judging him. What I'm saying is that at the end of that video, it looks like he's about to kill himself. For all we knew, that happened. And the Lawrence we know now is a clone. And if he's a clone, and seeing what clones and drones and everything in between has done to this group, Malcolm could be in real danger. And not just from enemies, but from Lawrence. That's why I did what I did.
I don't think he killed himself in that video. I think that was somebody showing him just how much control they have over him, how much they can make him do.
Fine, but I wouldn't be looking out for the team if I didn't follow up on this. And I did. But the worst thing about it all is that it still doesn't get us any closer to Malcolm.
So let me ask you one more question. Do you think Malcolm didn't? How thorough is Malcolm? I mean, he knew shit about me I didn't know. Do you honestly think Malcolm didn't check out Lawrence and doesn't
True,
know everything about him?
Everyone has their secrets.
I don't buy it.
I don't know.
This doesn't change anything. That he's given us no reason, no cause, nothing to doubt him. I mean, sure, I get it. You wanted to check him out. That's fine.
But it wasn't about checking him out. It was to see if he said anything in his sleep that would lead us to where Malcolm was. This was never about Lawrence.
But he didn't, did he?
No, and if he had, we might be sitting here now with Malcolm, figuring out what the real problem was rather than going and chasing data.
How do we know this Terry Landau guy isn't Malcolm?
We don't.
Actually, you do. You saw footage of Thierry Landau. Thierry Landau is a very large, bulky, brick shit house African man.
Okay.
South African. You actually had the first image you found, KGP, was at an inauguration. Yeah. And there is Thierry Landau at this seating at the front, and a very younger Lawrence kind of near him as some form of assistant.
Mm.
I think
Um,
like KTP's and starting to get like pissed off now because and she's just like I recorded Lawrence because if we can get directly to Malcolm, we can solve the problem direct. None of this roundabout shit with doing contracts for people and putting ourselves in danger every time we go into a building like this where I can't access the matrix from outside and need to be there. Do you understand how much danger I am putting myself in? This building is fortified like nothing I have ever seen before. So much so, I can't even like see names on things. I've
So-
not seen anything like this. And every time I go into this situation, I have no freaking idea what I'm going to come up against. You lot go in there and it's just guns. Not that I'm
So we
saying that
don't-
that's not dangerous, but
so
you
we don't
walk
go
in
in
there,
blind.
guns, you know
Okay.
there's going to be a shootout. Like she's
Okay,
kind of getting really like,
Yeah, no, Sphere is actually going to roll forward and, in this case, for once, make good on a threat and roll onto your toe just to get your fucking attention. All right. Hang on. You're getting worked up. Now, as the co-conspirator here, there's a moment of shame, followed by, sorry. First of all, it would be immoral of me to let KTP just take all the guilt.
I don't feel no guilt.
Whatever guilt is assigned by any parties that may or may not be present. Please have a croissant and stop talking for a minute. No, KTP, you got points, but we're risking. Basically, we wanted to make sure it was safe for everyone involved and had something that we thought might be worth checking out, especially since now we are dealing with people who appear to have been artificially grown. And we thought it might be worth it to just ensure that this wasn't yet another case of that. Especially because of what we're walking into, or maybe walking into. We're still hoping we can avoid walking in, but anyway.
We don't have to brute force this, KTP.
No, we don't.
There are other options. If we can get Grifter's new whatever she is, friend X, whatever, to help us, or if we can go through her shit and find something that'll get us in there, we don't have to brute force it. Get our access through her or somebody else. That's all we need. So you don't have to go in blind and try and force this and put yourself at risk.
It's funny you should say that because I've got a cunning plan.
Oh no.
Oh, dear.
Oh, I'm excited.
So I went to see Miranda, catch up,
Get stabbed.
and stabbing, banter. It was all right. And it turns out that she is probably as...
Are you talking in character right now or as Pete?
yeah.
Right, okay, so you're there,
So
right, okay.
she's probably as jacked up as the character that threw Sphere's car through a wall. Hence the stabbing. The reason her in particular can survive having that much bioware is obviously something to do with, I don't know, a genetic program or something that I might have been involved in my younger years.
Okay. Will she help us? Can we trust her? Can we use her?
Well, trust, not so much.
right.
But what I have got, because I have possibly the ability to accept the same type of cyberware, I have got the contact details of the people that I think are kind of maybe pulling the strings in that building, because of, you know, I guess they're always looking for these people they can modify and use. So I could use that as a lead to maybe get inside.
We need access to the server.
Yeah, but once I'm in the building, I can do stuff.
Stuff.
No, but, you know, open doors, turn off alarm systems, maybe tamper with the security, shoot a few people. Who knows?
I mean, I can do that pretending to be her.
True.
But
What
I
if there's
can't pretend to be
questions?
her without being able to access her system, because that's where the information is. We need to enter a computer. We need passwords.
So we need a
Remind you all of
password.
one thing that you got from the Jackal at the beginning of this mission. You got the full layout of this building, and it showed that it had about, as I mentioned, about 20 floors are going up and 20 floors going down.
Mm.
So this building has as many floors above ground as it does underground. Just a reminder.
We need a way in past the public facing of this building.
That's what I'm saying. That's me. So the labs have got to be down there. I go in, yeah, I'm your man. I'm your Huckleberry. Give me some new tech. They let me in. I spill a Coke on something and it all blows up. The doors open. We get in.
You gotta go in there by yourself.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Grifter.
Piece of cake.
Grifter, but I'm actually with them on this one.
You can't go in by yourself. Grifter.
Look, and besides, I might get some funky new Bioware out of it, which would be pretty epic.
But you could do that without exposing yourself to risk.
Not this
all by
type of
yourself.
stuff. This is not your backstreet street doctory stuff. This is military stuff.
That makes it even more risky and less likely for me to be okay with you doing it by yourself. Sorry. Gonna veto this one.
It's okay.
I think it's a good idea.
You're saying that Lawrence isn't wanting to help Malcolm. He's hiding Malcolm from us.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that seeing that video, it made me realise we don't know who or what he actually is. Malcolm could have been in more danger. So it made sense to try and get straight to Malcolm rather than going through with this mission. Cut out the middleman.
We have no way of getting to Malcolm. We have less to go on to get to Malcolm than we do on this building.
You didn't know that. I managed to find out about Lawrence's history. For all I knew, it could have led me to him. Something could have led me to him. I could call Lawrence up now, tell him what I know, and have a conversation with him. Not that I'm saying I'm going to do that. I'm just saying it's an option. You weren't
Right.
here, Nico.
No, I wasn't. You know what? I mean, I understand why you did what you did. I don't agree with it. But I understand it. You want to call him up, have him come over, see what he says, instead of trying to do this roundabout job and get the money the way he asked us to. Does that sound like a better way to do this, to handle this? Because we may end up where we are right now and done nothing but hurt somebody who's been a friend to us.
I'm not saying I have the answers. I'm telling you what I did as an option.
So is
If
it
we all
option-
had the answers, we wouldn't be sitting here trying to figure out what to do.
So is it option A or option B? What do we do, guys?
What's stopping us from doing both?
because we can't
Does
run
both
at the same
include
time.
my plan?
A modified version of your plan, which does not include you going in there by yourself.
Shadowrun Sixth can only say if you subscribe to the channel, you get free channel points and you earn channel points faster. That'll let you get to those 2K fairly quickly. Just saying. Just saying.
Now, if I could spend my channel points, Kevin,
no.
can I donate them?
No.
I have a few thousand.
Other people's games, sure. This one, you're shit out of luck.
All right, so now I need to convince you to run our peanuts at a time that is friendly to me.
I run our peanuts at a time that is not friendly to me.
I don't think it's friendly to human life.
Depends if you live in LA.
It's true. But it is friendly to Great
Anywho.
Place. So, anyway, moving on.
I mean, you want to confront Lawrence? Let's bring him here and confront him.
Oh, I don't see that going well.
All right. Okay. Yeah. The KTP stands up and she goes, "Do you know what? Right now, I'm just done." And she walks out.
No. Oh,
No. Just she walks
Someone
out.
going to call Lawrence. Is KTP pulling the trigger on this?
No. She's getting her coat and she's just going. She's angry. She doesn't want to be at the base at the moment.
As
Just
you're
going.
walking out, someone swoops down and just puts his hand front and basically signs what's going on.
She signs to him saying, "I need to get out."
He just says, "Give me a moment," and just heads out. Basically, puts changes to something more streetwear, and comes down and says, "Okay, let's go."
Yeah, so she just walks. She's got no plan. Doesn't know where she's going. She just goes. She just needs to be away from everything that's going on there at the moment. Because
as KTP's doing this, Karis kind of leans by the kitchen and quite, let's say loudly, like very big signs, "What the fuck?" And then pretty much runs after KTP.
Nico just kind of throws her hands up like, oh.
As KTP, you walk away to cool down. To those that remain, I'm going to ask you a simple question. Does anyone call Lawrence?
Not me.
Not without KTP present.
You call him?
She's gonna wait a little bit until Drifter and Sphere kind of drift off. And yeah, then she'll call him.
He picks up immediately. Hi, Nico. Any news?
No.
Okay.
I had to take off for a few days, and so we haven't made any progress.
Okay.
It's why won't you go against Malcolm and just bring us in? Let us talk to him, find out what's going on.
He won't talk. If he finds out what I'm trying to do, he'll lock me out. He'll send me away. Then he's just gonna do what he wants to do and die on his own. I've spent the past 6 months trying to keep this man alive when he just wants to die.
Isn't that his choice?
And let him die.
Why?
I still haven't paid him back. I need to pay him back.
sometimes you gotta let those debts go.
I'm gonna send you something. You'll understand why I need to keep this man alive.
All right.
You get a few minutes later. You get an attachment.
She opens
It's
it
a
up.
medical file. It's Lawrence's medical file from about 5 years ago. Nico, it reads like a horror story. There are pieces missing from this man. Muscles. Imagine someone who's been thoroughly tortured.
Yeah.
Top to bottom. There's scar tissue 3/4 of his body. Signs of beatings, whippings, the whole shebang. And multiple BioWare grafts, multiple surgeries. Essentially, Malcolm rebuilt this guy from the ground up. There are photos that it's not just, it's usually like a kind of diagram that shows all the work that was done,
Mhm.
but there's also before and after photos. And the before photos, they're nightmarish.
Horrific. And so she's like, I'm so sorry. And I know that doesn't change anything, that doesn't do anything, but I get it. I mean, shit, Harley is never going to come out of that hard taxi. I get it. Lawrence. You gotta respect sometimes.
He hangs up.
She calls him right back.
Doesn't answer.
She leaves a voicemail. Don't run. Don't hide.
Doesn't reply back.
Okay. She downloaded that file. She saved it. Assuming that it's good. And then she's going to ping KTP. When you're ready.
Do that and you fire off that message. We're going to take a look back at a few days ago. Nico buying reagents, going to the Talismongers, preparing and meditating for some spells, when suddenly everything goes dark. And when you open your eyes, you're back in that junkyard. Look around you, and everything is eerily quiet. And then you feel something behind you. And as you turn, you just hear a voice saying, "You didn't think it would be this easy, right?" You turn, you see the horribly mangled corpse of Vic just standing there. Behind him, more figures that you cannot identify. And that's where we're going to end our session. And yeah, that's going to be
My notes look like shit. My handwriting is just scriptures at this point.
As I mentioned, this is going to be a shorter one. There are a few people in this table that are severely sleep deprived and need to go lay down. But we're going to give everyone 5 karma for tonight. And we'll see what happens next time. I'm just saying, invest karma in getting KTP's body up, then train martial arts, and KTP can do kung fu while hacking. That's the way to go.
Yeah.
She is the one.
I mean, here's the thing. There's gonna be a lot more instances where you'll all have to go into wherever you're going, and there'll be guns blazing and hacking happening. So have fun. With that said, we'll go around the room again, and everyone can tell you who we're playing and where you can find them in the dark corners of the internet. So let's start with the power couple.
Power couple. Sweet. I'm Pete, play Grifter, and you won't find me anywhere on the net other than here at the moment.
So I'm Kim. I've played KTP, the Technomancer, who's extremely pissed off at the moment. And yeah, you won't find me anywhere because I'm going to go and sleep.
Okay. Dan.
Yeah, I'm Dan, playing currently the very confused is the wrong word. The sphere is at this point just lost because you gotta do something, but what's the right thing to do and nothing seems right. Anyway.
Rocket launchers.
No, that's not the solution. I can't rocket launch my friends. No. Unless you mean gifting.
Old one and fire.
Anyway, I've lost my train of thought. Yes, I'm Dan. You can find me on the internet under Balrog1911 on Twitch and the Tweeters. And I am currently retreating a little bit from being active on the internet because the summer season is coming and I'm swamped with work and I frankly just don't have the brain power. But instead of doing a lot of things myself, I'm letting people do things for me. So tomorrow night at the ungodly hour of midnight for me, that is 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am back for the epilogue session of what was supposed to be a one-shot of City of Light and Shadows on Trooper SJP's channel. So
Or just a one-shot.
It's never just a one-shot, and we left it on such a hook that we decided we'd have to do it again sometime, and now it's a couple of months later. So yeah, if you want to see us punching and or blowing up Nazis, join us there. It is a French resistance-based campaign, and on Sunday at 8 p.m. my time, so 2 p.m. Eastern, Brinkwood is back. That's got to be interesting. Last time out, a galleon was sunk and vampires were made severely unhappy, so we'll see. And I have plans for other things. Which reminds me, Kevin, I need to talk to you.
And last but not least, Kat.
I'm Kat, at Cleric of Cord. You can find me hanging out, lurking in a bunch of different Discord servers, occasionally retweeting things on Twitter, which has been a shit show lately, so I don't do that much. But yeah, this is my only stream going right now. Just kind of stepping back a little bit, but not gonna last. I'll be back. Thank you guys for being here, everybody. Thank you all, and I miss this game. I mean, I had to take some time off for some stuff, and I miss this. I just keep handing Kevin kitchen drawers full of knives, and he just keeps using them, and it's the best thing ever. starting to feel
What
like
was
it's
it?
Christmas turkey. All
I
carved
do
up.
love. I love the vibe of Hurt Me Daddy that you all bring to this game.
We've all just been carved up like what, a Christmas goose, Thanksgiving turkey, whatever you want to use. We're just getting carved up.
Yeah.
Glad you enjoyed. There's more to come. Yeah, that's going to be it for us for tonight. Thank you all for coming. Thanks for joining us. If you would consider dropping a follow or a subscription, very much appreciated. Help us do a lot more with the channel in the future. If not, just come in and enjoy the games with us and share the stories with us. But yeah, that's going to be it for us for tonight. Thank you for coming. Hope you had a good time, and we will see you next time.